hey, you have a great voice, you should sing. Like, no one said that to me. It was more just like, I was in Santa Barbara, and we go back to like it being like the cultural equivalent of like a Gap ad. And I just said, okay, I have to do it because I can't find anybody. And what's weird about guitar playing too is that Joanna Newsom, do you know who that is?
Yep.
Her first record.
Andy Samberg's wife.
Yeah, her first record,
Good one.
I think had the biggest impact on me as a guitar player.
Her first record is
It's
beautiful.
mind-blowing. And it's not on Spotify, it's not anywhere, but like, I was thinking about that because I think that had the biggest impact. I mean, Jimmy Page did obviously too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I think my biggest thing as a guitar player, and like, yeah, like the EP is really experimental, like I'm jumping up like octaves on full songs, and I think it's me trying to find my voice as that. Because with the band stuff, the biggest thing I got annoyed at was people being like, oh, you sound like Led Zeppelin, or like you sound, which is great. I mean, it's better than like you sound like Flock of Seagulls, you know? Not funny?
No, it's funny.
Okay.
It's very funny. What's your favorite?
Although Iran is a great
I
song.
mean, I like Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Led Zeppelin song?
10 Years Gone.
Oh, mine's Full in the Rain.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yours? If you had to pick one.
did
Also,
you hear-
Tangerine. It's a tie.
Jeff Buckley's cover of Night Flight,
I've never heard that.
unreal. It is unreal.
Whoa.
I would say Kashmir. I just love
That's
the
classic.
groove.
It's classic, right?
So speaking of old bands and greats, who are your biggest influences?
Is in terms of what? Like,
I mean, not really as guitar player, but as, you know, you listened to
like
them and
growing
you
up?
said, I want to do this. Or the songs and the bands and the albums that make all your hair stand up.
I think it changes.
Yeah.
Would, like,
What is it right now? What's moving you right now?
right now, all I've been listening to
Don't you dare
is-
say Kanye.
No,
You're
I was
outta
gonna
here.
get to that. I was gonna go through like just a little like timeline. But right now, all I've been listening to is Nick Drake.
Oh,
Like a you know, Spotify has the This Is Nick Drake. Like I've been
you
listening
must be
to
in
that.
a really good mood.
You think so? Oh, okay. I know. And then I've been listening to video game soundtracks, which I know is kind of weird.
I didn't even know that existed.
Well, if you want to talk about musical influences, I think too that where I learned like chord progressions and stuff was from video games.
Wow.
Like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 soundtrack, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Michael Jackson did that.
What?
I don't know if you knew that.
I had no
I
idea.
He
I had no
wrote all
idea.
the music, and
What?
it's a rumor, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Like I
Is
talked to a
Quincy
close friend
involved
about
with
it.
that?
I don't think
so
that's true.
because it was when all
Anyone
like
who's
you don't think it's
listening
true.
to this podcast,
Someone will
can
check
you
us
just
on it.
like elucidate us on
Yeah,
this?
but I remember here, and the same with like I went to Catholic school. It was like same going to that where like
too.
I remember there were chord changes that hit me in the heart, and the same with the Sonic soundtrack.
You mean at school, like
Yeah,
at mass?
like because
do you know the
we'd
song
be in
"Be
mass.
Not Afraid"?
Yeah,
I love that one.
yeah. Be not afraid. Is that how it goes?
Yep.
I think those had a big, like, Ocarina of Time, the music in that is really strong. And you listen to it in the video game, but I was listening to someone re-recorded them and did orchestral arrangements of it, and it's mind-blowing. So I think it was like, actually it's funny, it was a combination of that.
Ignore him.
It was a combination of that, and I lost my train of thought because I just saw that sign.
So when you, you know, we've obviously had a ton of discussions about the music when you're making this EP, and
Yeah.
you always talked about Kanye West as a influence. Like, I want it to sound like this
Yeah.
meets my Twisted Dark Fantasy, which is a Kanye West
Yeah.
record, and then him being a known Trump supporter. How does
And
that
just
make you
in
feel?
general,
I
a
don't condone
psychotic
him as a
asshole.
person. I don't condone
Yeah, I
him as
said
a
it.
person at all. Yeah, it's true, but everything after my Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy or whatever, I can't get behind. Or no, I'm sorry, Yeezus. Here's the thing. I think
Can
Yeezus.
I make a confession before you can finish the story? I recently bought a really cute pair of shoes online. They're like these sandals that have fake fur, like plush fake fur around them, and
Yeah.
they're so cute. And I bought them online, and I put them on, and I was walking around my house in them, and I sent a picture of them to my sister, like, look at my cute new sandals, and she said, those are Kanye sandals. What is
Gotcha.
it? Yeezy or something?
Yeah. You bought Yeezys?
I did.
Joke's on you.
I know. Anyway.
Congratulations. You
So
played
I
yourself.
can
I'm just kidding.
trash Kanye all I want,
You
but
still like him?
I still wear his shoes.
They're great. I think Yeezus is the best rock record of the past like 20 years or something.
Is it a rock record?
It's a hip hop rock record, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about him. I love his music. I think he's one of the best artists of this century.
To be fair, I've never actually listened to his music.
Well, all right.
I just don't like his personality.
Well, yeah, yeah, he's a dickhead, you know? He's a massive dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy told me a story where he was interning for John Bryan. And
Love John Bryan.
I love John Bryan. And you want to talk about what I'm listening to? Like, he's like one of my top dudes
talented.
ever. Yeah. But he said John Bryan was working on a Kanye record, and every time Kanye would come to the studio, he'd move all the chairs because he didn't want Kanye to like sit down and hang out.
Oh my God. I wonder if that's true.
It's probably, it is, because my buddy was there. I think, like, here's where I'm coming from too, where like, my problem with rock music right now, growing up in rock bands, I cut my teeth, we talked about this, I cut my teeth with the Hives, the White Stripes, Jet, Wolf Mother, the Vines. Like, I grew up on that, okay?
Great
And
bands.
they all wrote their own songs. They were pushing the genre forward, and they were all original in their own right. Rock is dead now because all the bands that people are freaking out about are cover bands, okay? And you have Kanye West, like, I know you don't
Greta
like...
Van Fleet.
Yeah, dog shit. And I know Kanye is pushing genres forward, and I love Yeezus because he took elements of rock and sampling with hip hop drums and made something really new. And I know people don't like that record, but I love it. Like and this is where my taste is wild because like I listened to Grace by Buckley for an entire year straight. Like I listened to the whole thing every day.
I did the same thing in 1999.
Yeah. And Yeezus is the same way, where like, and My Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy is the same way. And like Mike Dean, Kanye's producer, is like he's my idol.
I did that with High Violet for 2 years, not one.
What is that?
The National.
Oh, the
album.
National? Okay.
2 years. It was the only thing I listened to.
You had a conversation with Mike Dean.
I'm gonna drink your drink.
Correct?
Please.
No, I didn't.
Please drink my drink.
Claudia's friends with him,
Got it.
but I love him. So it's like all the gear I bought is because Mike Dean uses all that gear. So
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Well, what else
So
would you like to talk
I
about?
think like I know it gets super fucking dorky when you talk about like mixing rock and hip hop because you get into like Limp Bizkit territory.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Kanye's the only guy who's like done it in a way where it's like, yo, this is dope as fuck. You know?
I hope we can like bleep out that phrase Limp Bizkit because man, I don't want to have that attached to my name in any sort of way.
Woman, shake the head and scoff, say, tapping a boy. It's only